Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So for today's video, we are going to be taking a look at two of the dolls from Bratz's new Pop Starz line. We have a Cloe and then we have a Yasmin over here. I do want to say this is my first time like playing with my little mini me and having this be like my representation on camera. And if I'm being honest, I'm feeling quite shy about it. I have restarted this video like 4 times already just because I'm like all in my head, which is silly, goofy, and I know that's just a me problem, but like I just wanted to say if I seem a little awkward, sorry. I'm just trying to get used to this because I think it's like a fun format and I want to be able to do it, but I'm all up in my head. Anyway, more to the point of the video, Cloe is my absolute favorite from the lineup, and then Yasmin, listen. At first, I was like, I don't really know if I want her. Maybe I'll get her on a sale. And the more that I looked at her, I was just like, I need this doll. So I did end up buying her as well. I do low key also want the Sasha and the Jade from this line, but with those two, I really only want them to restyle. Like, I think their faces are gorgeous, but I'm not as excited about the fashions, so we are going to be waiting for a sale for those. So for today, we're just going to be looking at Cloe and Yasmin, and we're going to be doing a little like unboxing and review. I'm super excited for these. Like, I know they are still relatively new, but I also feel like so many other people have like already posted their videos on these, and I keep seeing them. And if y'all haven't been here before, you know that I try to not like watch reviews for dolls that I'm planning on reviewing myself so that I can ensure that all of my thoughts are sort of my own. It has been so hard to not just binge watch all of these videos. And yeah, I've just been like really excited to be able to make this one. And I'm finally here, finally have time, finally sat down to unbox these girly pops. So I'm super duper excited. But before we get into it, I do need to read off my doll rubric for both of them. This paper's kind of enormous. I definitely need like a little tiny version if I'm going to be using my mini me. And it's so ugly on the back. Don't look at it. Anyway, though, to go ahead and go through the rubric, we're just going to do both of them at the same time here. So both of them did get a 4 for emotion. I will say some of that is just like my hype for the line in general, even though I don't like fully 2 out of the 4 outfits. I just think this line is so fun and so just interesting. I don't know. I think it's really cool. For need to customize, Cloe gets a 5. I am not doing anything to her except washing her hair out. Yasmin does get a 3 because I might want to redo her hair, but there is like a little bit of repainting that I want to do on her boots, so I inherently have to put her in 3 for that category. They both get a 5 for quality, and then for number of pieces I like, Cloe gets a 5, Yasmin gets a 4. It's just the shoes. It's just the boots. She's got like the little bit of black on her boots over there, and I just don't think that it matches. So that's the only reason that she gets a little bit of point stocked. And then for uniqueness, I did give them both a 3. Just like, I don't know, I do feel like their outfits are pretty unique, but they're also not insanely unique. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are fun and different and interesting enough for me to have want to bought them. That didn't sound like proper English, but whatever. But I just don't know if they're unique enough to justify a score of 4, and they're certainly not new characters to the collection. Bratz is really going like all in on the core 4. That's like almost all they make. So that's really the highest score that I could give them. But even with that being said, Cloe got a 22 total and Yasmin got a 19 total, which means that given that these dolls retail in the US for like $26, $27 somewhere in there, I was justified in paying full price for them. So yay me, I did a good job with my budget there. Now I'm gonna let my mini me take a little back seat for a second just so I can show you the dolls in their boxes a little bit better. Y'all know I take everything out of box. I'm not like the biggest packaging person, but just to show it off in case you all are curious. Very cutie. Bratz also did produce a like album for these dolls. Like, there's songs and everything for each of the characters, and then also at least one song that's like all of them on it, I think. Which I think that's absolutely precious. I will be honest, the songs aren't necessarily for me, but that's low key like a me problem because I am just so picky with music. Like, I'm just so weird about it. So that's not their fault, but I do think the songs are pretty catchy, and I think it's just so fun that they're doing that to market these dolls because like obviously they're pop stars. It makes sense for them to have music associated with them, and I don't know, I like that that's like an extra mile thing that Bratz is doing for this little lineup. But I think that's everything that I needed to say while these girly pops are still in box. So let's go ahead and do the unboxing. I'm going to take care of that off camera real quick so that you guys don't get bored with me constantly just struggling to cut cardboard. And then I will be right back to reconvene and look at their details and just, hopefully have a wonderful time talking about these dolls. I will see y'all in a moment.
For this week's doll of the week, we are going with an oldie but a goodie. This is, oh my God, I don't even know what this doll is called. Full Throttle. I've forgotten. But this is a cat themed Barbie. She didn't come with this cat, that's separate. All of this she came with. And if we're being honest, it's doll of the week, but it's also cat of the week. I had this doll as a child and I rebought it as an adult. It is a ancient video on this channel, but the cat pees. And I think that's funny. And I literally just raided my shelves and just pulled her out of storage. Like, she has been in storage. And I just am so happy to finally have her back on the shelf. So she's the doll of the week.
Wow. Okay. So I did manage to get them out of the box. It was genuinely one of the worst unboxing experiences in recent memory for me. Granted, is my memory that great? Not so much. When I'm trying to remember things, I look a lot like our girl Chloe here. We're going to talk about that in a second. But like, as far as my memory goes, that was genuinely some of the hardest packaging to get into I have like experienced recently. That was crazy. Bratz, maybe let's not do that again. I did like, you can't see it, but I did like minorly cut my thumb. It hurts. What in the world was that? At least they're very cute dolls. So I just wanted to make that somewhat minor complaint really quick before we get into these gals. We are going to take a look at Chloe first and then Yasmin. So Yasmin, for now, you need to go into the timeout corner. Sorry, girl. You didn't do anything wrong, but it's just your turn there. So for Chloe's accessories, we have got the Star hairbrush. Here is her guitar. I wanted to show the guitars off of the bodies just because otherwise it's going to block a lot of their outfit. Like, you wouldn't be able to see the outfit as much. But I think that this is perfectly nice. Some silver painted detail there and a really like super duper reflective strap. It is only reflective on one side, but like, I don't know. Listen, for me, the outfits are the main draw of these dolls, not the guitars. So for me, this is like perfectly acceptable quality, and I really, oof, I'm obsessed with that. It's like mirrored. That's, ooh, I love the shine to it. So pretty. This is by far my favorite accessory that these dolls come with. I think that these little vinyls are so stupidly cute, and I don't even have vinyls. Not that I'm like, I'm better. Like, I don't have. I just don't care. I don't have vinyls. Like, that's just not something that I do. But I think for a doll accessory, this is so cutie patootie. Like, this is just adorable. It does come out, so there's like a completely separate plastic piece that is like the proper record, and then just a little cardboard sleeve. So this one, because it's Chloe's, has her, face and art and everything on it. And even the back is fully printed and has like a barcode. Are you kidding? This is so cute. Especially because I imagine this wasn't horrifically expensive to produce. The art they would have already commissioned for the boxes, so that's not an additional cost. This is just cardboard. This is a very, very simple little plastic piece. Like, I imagine, again, that this could not possibly have been super expensive for them to make. And yet it is so impactful. I feel like this does so much in terms of telling the story of these dolls and really making it more believable that they are, in fact, pop stars. I'm just genuinely obsessed with it. And then the last accessory that we're going to talk about for now, she does technically have a second earring. We'll get into that in a moment, is the charm that she comes with. So because Bratz also released their charms line, like at the same time as these dolls, these have little charms that you can attach to a bracelet that you would get with a charms doll. I don't know if this is something that they're going to be doing all year. Low key, I kind of hope so. Like, I hope that we just keep getting more and more charms. And I'm saying that as someone who actually doesn't like any of the charms dolls, so I'm not even getting like the official Bratz charms bracelet. I'm deadass just gonna have to get my own to put this on because I think this is so cute. Chloe's charm is the Bratz bee with a little horseshoe ring in it, like a piercing. This is so stupidly cute. And like, I don't know, I'm not normally a gimmick person, and I think the inclusion of a charm could technically be considered like a very minor gimmick. I'm all in for this one. I think that is so precious because again, it's like, it's so tiny. I imagine it's not like really raising the cost of these dolls too much, but it's so cute. And like the concept of getting to collect a bunch of these charms with my Bratz dolls and then like having a little Bratz bracelet. Shut up. Shut up. Even if I don't like any of the baseline charms dolls, that concept is so 10 out of 10 to me. I think it's adorable. But with that out of the way, now we can get to the doll herself, which is, I mean, as much as I'm excited about the accessories, the best part is the doll. So we're gonna go ahead and start off with Chloe's face. Oh my goodness, Yasmin, why did you move like that? Anyway, Chloe's face. Listen, even trying to like not get spoilers as much as possible, spoilers, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. Even without like watching dedicated reviews and all that jazz, I have seen people talk about this doll. I know everyone says that she looks like she is stoned out of her mind. That's fine. Let her be. Like, I can definitely see what people are talking about. I'm not trying to refute the claim. I just don't care. I think her screening is so pretty. I love the super dramatic eye with like the light little like dusting of red eyeshadow there, the super smoky, like right above her lash line, the piercing blue eyes, the bright red lip. I don't know. I'm obsessed. I love her, even if she does look zooted, like just out of control. I think she's really pretty. I don't know. I think she's just my gorgeous, gorgeous girl. I feel like sometimes I'm sort of like a quote unquote bad Bratz screening apologist. Like with the concealer lips Chloe from Fashion Pixies, everyone was like, that's so ugly. That's my favorite doll from that line. And everyone, I mean, I know everyone loves the outfit. Like, I think people still really love this Chloe, but everyone's like, God, she looks so high. She's still gorgeous to me. So that is what it is. Her hair is so lovely too. It's okay. Let's try that again. I had a minor coughing attack. Ew. It is like quite gelled on the front sections here and like a little bit at the ends and the back, but not too bad. Very soft where it's not gelled and it feels so thick. Like if we pull this apart to look at the rooting, she is rooted. Like she has got hair. I love the inclusion of the black and the red streaks at the front. I just think it's so fun. I love when dolls have a little bit of dimension to their hair. I don't know. There's just something about it that it's these tiny little things, and it's literally just at like the front and then at the very back here. I mean, from the back side, you literally can't even see it, but I think that it adds a lot, and I think it's very sweet. For the earrings, so this is why I said she does have one extra earring, and we would talk about it in a moment. So she comes with these little star earrings, and she does come with two. So I do have the extra one, but right now one is removed to make room for her mic. I love these mics. I think this is so fun. The way that it not only attaches to like the earring hole, which I do think is something that we've seen before from other brands. Like I believe I've seen this before on other dolls. Let me know if I'm like gaslighting myself and I'm completely wrong, but I think we've seen that before. But I love too that they make it an earring still. Like she has this extra decoration of it's another type of piercing. I can't a closed ball ring. That's not it. Captive bead ring. There it is. A captive bead ring here, and then like two hoops going through her cartilage in addition to the mic. I really like that. I think that it adds to her overall aesthetic, and I think it's really fun that it's not as though you have to choose between the mic and earrings. It's like, yeah, if you want to have both star earrings, there's this other little piece. You absolutely can do that. But if you want her to have the mic, she still has some fashion going on. It's not one or the other. I just think that's super duper fun and very well positioned too. Like it's you can see her lips still, but it's right there. It would be functional. Listen, I'm a wee bit obsessed with these dolls. Moving on down, she's got this super fun jacket in this like leather material, but it's got so much detail to it. I mean, you can see there's sort of a grid pattern with how these little bits have been like attached. So it just has so much glimmer. It's like a black disco ball. It's so cool. I just love the texture that it adds. I think it's a lot more exciting than just a regular leather jacket would be. Like, I have no doubt that if this were just a regular nice faux leather jacket, I would still be praising it. But there's just something extra about this that I think is super fun. It does have like a tiny little stud on the closure here, and then it velcros open in the front to reveal her shirt, which is this plaid tank top with red ribbon like straps going on there. Very cute piece, matches her skirt. So I like that you can kind of have that open and have her be like she's got her little set going on, or you can close it and have it be more black just up top. I don't know. It's a vibe, but obviously the skirt is what we have to talk about the most. I think this is perhaps the crowning piece of this doll. This is so, so fun. So on top, we do have the first layer, which is again the same fabric as her shirt. We also have the red, like faux leather. It's not exactly a belt because it is all sewn together, and it's not even like she has belt loops or anything, but it's mimicking a belt, right? We have the buckle and some little studs in there, and a real chain. Hello, a real chain on a Playline doll. Thank you, Bratz. And then the other two layers, so underneath the red, we've got this layer of tulle with little black polka dots on it. And then underneath that is just this pink sort of satiny fabric. Very nice. And also the satiny fabric is not like the super duper cheap. Like listen, it's still a Playline doll. It's not the most insanely high quality satiny fabric ever, but it doesn't feel like paper. And that is a blessing to me. And then moving on down, we come to one of my favorite parts about this doll, which is the boots. These are insane. Look at these stompers. Like they're just so good, so chunky, so perfect for the outfit. And that tiny bit of painted detail with all the silver buckles. Thank you. Like it's a tiny little bit, but it adds so, so much. These shoes would not have nearly the same impact if they were just straight up black. I love this. So clearly, I'm very glowing about Miss Chloe. Like I'm so excited about her. I knew I was gonna love her from the stock photos, but having her in hand, I'm so excited to get to wash her hair. And I think I might give her like a couple little piercings because she definitely looks like she deserves them. And I'm just so excited to get to have her on my shelf. I'm gonna cry, y'all, but I can't cry because we have to get to Yasmin. So Chloe, it is your turn to be in timeout, and we're gonna look at Yasmin's accessories. So she also has just the star brush, except it is in this like rosy pink color. And then her charm is this precious little metallic pink set of headphones. Again, this is just so cute. Ugh, I am like low key, high key sad that I don't like the actual Charms dolls because I can't justify buying them even on a sale price. Like the only thing that I want is the Charms, but I do like the Charms that they come with. So again, I'm glad that I get to have these at least. Her guitar is the same mold as Chloe's, but it is different colors. So we've got, again, like the pinky sort of color and then gold. And her strap is more of a like gold holographic. It's interesting on camera, it's showing up a little bit more silvery. It's distinctly gold in person, but very holographic, reflecting rainbows all over the place. I love shiny things, so of course I love this. And then for her, little vinyl. It's the exact same for like the actual record piece, but then her sleeve is special for her. Yasmin on the front, and then the same situation with like the dark art and then the barcode and everything on the back. Listen, I'm obsessed. I know that I talked about Chloe's for a hot minute. I don't think that I adequately explained to you how obsessed I am. I think that these are so, so stupid cute. But Yasmin, you get to come out of timeout now. It's time to go ahead and look at her. And good God, good God, she's so pretty. The super long eyelashes, the unreal ombre on these lips. Like, are you seeing that? They look so juicy. Hold on. Like, I think they do have the same amount of shine on both of them, but there's just something about the painting on Yasmin's that I feel like I can feel her lip gloss. Like, it just feels so alive and so real to me. Her face is so pretty. That was a big part of like what started to convince me on this doll was the face because it's just spectacular. She also has this beautiful, beautiful, like reddish hair. It's like an auburn sort of color with the pink streaks mixed in. She's so pretty. I do sort of wish she had bangs. I don't know. I feel like we're allergic to bangs lately, and I really could use some more. Because obviously not every doll needs bangs, but I think sometimes we should let dolls have bangs. And I think maybe she could have benefited from some. So that's why I'm probably gonna redo her hair. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep the pony. I haven't fully decided yet, but I love the hair that we were given in terms of like the color and everything. I think that that is just an absolutely excellent match for Yasmin here. Her earring situation is a little bit more lopsided, but I am in fact obsessed. So she has the same star mold earring where it's like just like Chloe's, except it is gold for her. But on the other side, she's got this metallic pink flower that is attached to her mic. I somehow missed this in all of the stock photos. Like I deadass just didn't realize that her mic had such a big decoration on it. This is so pretty. I love that for her. It just feels so sweet. It does feel so appropriate for Yasmin. Also, I like historically speaking, Yasmin has been my least favorite out of the core four. Not because I like hate her or anything like that. Just I don't know. I have felt that her vibe doesn't necessarily match mine as much as the other characters, and I just have not been as attached to her. The last couple of months, I have been deep into Yasmin. Like, I have been really, really a big fan of hers. I have bought a few of her dolls, and I'm like trying to count. I think this is the third one that I've bought in a couple months, which, I mean, that's not the craziest thing I could have done, but for me, that was pretty crazy. There are more that I've like added to my wish list where I'm like, oh my God, that Yasmin actually is so pretty. I'm becoming a Yasmin believer. Anyway, though, yeah, I just think the mic, it's really, really fun. Moving on down to her jacket, it is also wonderfully textured. It's more metallic than Chloe's was. Like hers was just a little bit like vinyl pleather reflective. This is definitely more metallic. It's very pretty. I don't know how to feel about the unfinished section on the back. Like you really can't see it from the front, at least on mine. I don't know if like other ones are maybe a little bit different. You can see a little bit of it. On the one hand, yeah, it would be nice for it to be lined so that you don't see any of the underside. On the other hand, I can't see it on mine from the front. And I also don't think that like the color is actually horrible. I don't know. Maybe I'm just giving them too much grace. Maybe I should be meaner about that. I just can't find it in me because I think she's so pretty. I also, this detailing on the sleeves, are we kidding? I don't even know what to call that. Like this specific sort of pleating. That is so fun. That definitely makes her feel more like, honestly, a lot like how I talked about the texture on Chloe's. That just somehow makes her feel more pop star to me and less average person just wearing a jacket. I don't know. I love it for her. Underneath, she also has a tank top. This one has a little bit of ruching detail in the front, which again I love because it is such a basic piece still. Like it is still absolutely a like closet basic. It's just one color. It's like a pretty simple cut, but just adding that little bit of ruching where it kind of comes up in this inverted V shape over her stomach, I feel like that adds so much for her. I just am obsessed. And then her skirt, she does have little faux belt loops that are just like threads, but it is once again all the same piece. It all velcros together in the back. So the belt is the same material as her jacket, and then it's got the gold buckle. The skirt, it's like a really stretchy material. This is so soft and so genuinely nice. Like I keep wanting to just pet her skirt because it actually is so much softer than I thought it would be, and it looks so cutie. Y'all, I'm so glad I decided to get her. The shoes are the part that kind of I was unsure on because I just don't like this black. Like nothing else outside of the tip of her mic and her eyelashes is black. And she just is giving such pastel pink princess. I really think that that should have been gold. And I am, in fact, going to make mine gold to match just because I think that that will be better. So that's the big thing that was like making me question this doll. But as we saw with the rubric, the shoes are not, in fact, enough of a reason to not pay full price for hers. And for me, as someone who, like, pretty routinely is sort of making these little changes to my dolls, it's not that big a deal. Like, I do little teensy weensy repaints like this just for kicks. I have a whole series on the channel where I'm going through my collection and doing stuff like that. So we're chill. I'm so glad that I didn't wait to get her because, like, she's so gorgeous. But final thoughts here. My favorite things are the overall designs. I think that the team really knocked it out of the park with the designs for these dolls. I think the details that we have on their pieces, like the entirety of Chloe's skirt is incredible. And like the amazing amount of detail and work that had to go into Yasmin's sleeves is just so fun for me. The faces, again, outside of Chloe looking super stoned, I think they're really gorgeous faces. I love the charms. I love this. I'm listing way too many things. I said favorite things. I'm supposed to just try to pick like one. And I literally can't. I love these. I think these are just so fun, and they just feel so Bratz. And I've been in my like Bratz era for a minute now. I'm obsessed. I'm super excited. Jade and Sasha cannot go on a sale soon enough because I'm holding to it. I'm holding to what I said. I'm not going to buy them for full price because I can't justify that since I don't like their outfits. But I do need them to go on sale post haste because I need to add those girls to my collection because their faces are so, just so pretty. But anyway, sorry to get back to this. If I have to pick a least favorite thing, it is absolutely the packaging. That was so difficult. And like, I listen, I kind of have trouble with doll boxes. They're hard for me in general. I'm not like good at opening doll packaging, which I know is silly. I know that that doesn't seem like something that should be considered a skill, but it is in this household, and I'm not great at it. This was really difficult, even for me. Like, even for my standards, this was genuinely a lot. So, the packaging is my least favorite thing, and if I am forced to pick a least favorite thing about the dolls themselves, it is that Bratz, again, feels like they are allergic to bangs lately. And that, like, I guess you could say the underside here. Like, I'm probably being way too nice, being calm about this. So, I'm going to call that my least favorite thing because everything else I'm completely obsessed with. So, what a wonderful video. I love when stuff turns out like this. I love when I'm excited for an unboxing and then I actually get my hands on the dolls and it's just as wonderful as I expected. Like, that's such a great feeling to get to have. But those are finally all my thoughts. So, it is time for me to hand the torch over to you. That's a weird metaphor to use. Point is it's your turn to weigh in the comments down below. Would love to hear what you were thinking about these girly pops and the line as a whole. Who's your favorite? Do you have a least favorite thing about these? Like, do you have flaws that you can pick out and point out, or like, am I just crazy for being so obsessed? Please do let me know in the comments down below. But that's going to be it for me for today, guys. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, your night, whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.